Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Capture One quick tip. Today we're going to do a little bit of a Sunday creative edit, and we're just going to have a little fun here in Capture One, and I thought I'd take you guys along for the ride. Alright, so I've got this photo here, totally undeveloped, and I'm just sizing up, okay, obviously I've got the photo underexposed for maximum detail, and so it's looking pretty good. So if I were to just take the exposure up, I can see all the detail in the photo, and so we've got a lot of detail to work with. And this is one of the things that this is a type of edit that, you know, I wouldn't do in Lightroom because I prefer the way Capture One edits, especially with colors and that, and controlling. It just seems to be a better way of controlling things. Let me show you here. You see the exposure, right? And if I throw that over, everything blows out on it. Now, on the other hand, if I take the brightness slider, okay, now this is one of the nice unique features of Capture One, is it concentrates on the midtones only. And so therefore I could throw it all the way over. Look, it doesn't blow out anything, even at a max effect. So that's one of the many reasons that I like Capture One for editing photos. Okay, so let's turn around and do some edits on here. Alright, first thing is I'm going to take the exposure up a little bit on it. Looking at the histogram, I'm just watching that and inching that up a little bit. Okay, not too much. I want to remain it pretty dark overall. Brightness, I may turn around and do, but I'm losing too much atmosphere on this photo. So I'm going to actually do this probably with a local adjustment. Alright, so let's see here. We'll come down to the levels control, and I don't think there's going to be much here. Looking at the histogram, we're pretty level. Let's put an S curve on this thing. So I'll come down and click this, and just a slight S curve. Okay, nothing drastic. Alright, so that makes a nice touch there. And so now, like I said, I'm going to go do one of the things that's great about Capture One is I'm going to do multiple layers. And so right now I have a background layer. I'm going to select the radial tool here. And I'm going to select it. And see, did I get it? There we go. And now I have the radial tool, and I'm going to draw out a radial. And how big I want it is depending on what area I want to hit. I can drag it around. And one of the things I want to do is I want to turn it, okay, by coming to this ring, and I can rotate it. I want to rotate it toward her body, okay, and size it up to the effect that I want. I want it to be mainly on her, and this is the graduation, and this is where the effect goes full. So now I'm going to take that brightness slider, okay, and if I take it over, you can see I'm affecting the outside by default. Okay, so we don't want that. We want to affect inside the circle. So on that new layer, I want you to just right click and say invert mask. Alright, and so now when we do the brightness, we're seeing we're only affecting the thing. And you'll notice how this is making it appear much more directional light coming from the light fixture in the frame. It's giving that illusion. Okay, so if I turn that on and off, you can see that I'm directing the light so that it looks natural in that way in there. And that's one of the things I do love about Capture One is the ability to have multiple layers. Okay, so lastly here, I think maybe a little vignette. And I think we can call this one done. So vignette down here at the bottom. And I'm not going to do very much, just a little bit. Okay, a little bit goes a long way. And I will now take a before and after, and I think you can see quite a bit of difference. But I think we've got a winner here. Okay, we come in and zoom in on this. Move that exactly where we need. And I think that's perfect. So there we go. So I'm going to call this one done. Again, the before and the after, you could see the detail. And this was a relatively easy edit. But again, like anything else, take your time to try to make the scene look as natural as possible. Make the lighting, make sure you don't have flat lighting. Always make it a directional light. And it makes for a much more interesting shot. So, okay. So that's going to do it for this Sunday's edit. You guys have a great what's left of your weekend, and I'll talk to you later.